Onda UNED.
Acortando distancias.
Welcome to this special coverage of the 5th English Teaching Congress of the Northern Region in Costa Rica. This Congress is organized by Ministerio de Educación Pública, Universidad Estatal a Distancia, la Universidad Nacional, el Instituto Tecnológico de Costa Rica, la Escuela Técnica Agrícola e Industrial, la Universidad Técnica Nacional y el Instituto Nacional de Aprendizaje. My name is Michelle Ramirez and I will be your host today. Joining us in this space are the following specialists: Tracy Kozlowski from University of Mississippi, and we have Byron Arroyo from the Ministerio de Educación Pública. Guys, welcome. How are you today?
Doing great. Thanks so much for having us.
I'm great too. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you guys for coming today. The two of you were part of the thematic block of teacher well-being, creating a healthy work-life balance. How important and how interesting. We want to focus this segment today on how to apply the proposals that you guys share with the participants of this Congress. Tracy, we're going to start with you today. And I have a question. Based on your presentation on emotional intelligence, reflective practices, and resilience building, what practical steps can teachers implement daily to create a positive learning environment?
Well, there are 5 core elements to social emotional learning. The first is self-awareness, being aware of emotions. And what teachers can do for that is to do an emotional check-in each day. Very simple task to create a safe space and create the initiation of the conversation so that students are willing to share and to be aware of themselves. The second core element would be self-management. So in order to control your emotions, you need to be aware of what they are, of course, first. But then once you are aware and understand that you are empowered as a person, like every student, every teacher, empowered as a person to control those emotions, then they can do something about it, right? When those emotions start to run away, you might say. The third core element would be social awareness. So awareness of the other people around you and how they are feeling. That's where you begin your empathy building. And you can use empathy building exercises to do that, or perspective sharing, or just looking at things from different perspectives. The fourth element would be relationship skills, knowing how to deal with other people. Collaborative exercises are excellent for that. Conflict resolution exercises are very good too, because we will always face conflicts in life, every one of us. And then the fifth element would be decision making and the responsibility of that, because once you are aware of others around you, you begin to become aware, of course, of how important your decisions are and how they affect everyone, not just yourself. So those are the 5 core elements for social emotional learning.
Nice. Thank you so much. And our next question here is for Byron. In your approach, English that sticks, how can teachers integrate these creative vocabulary techniques into their regular lessons?
Well, actually, English that sticks, to introduce like the topic a little bit so people can become aware of what it is a technique that I regularly use so students can learn vocabulary much easier than they are used to. For example, we can relate words to to different using our mother tongue, for example, in this case, Spanish, or we can create some creative stories that may help them to remember the words. So when they are using the words in real life, it's going to be easier for them to remember. Uh, I tell an example. For example, if I am teaching colors, I say, how do you say verde in English? And they say, how? It's green. And green is the happiest color in the world. Why? because when you say green, you smile. And they say, ah, and then when they are using the colors in a context, how was verde in English? And they say, ah, it's the happiest color. Ah, it's green. So these kind of strategies are very helpful for them. And but it depends on the teacher as well, because the teacher uh, has to squeeze his or her creativity to make this learning possible. So as much as the teacher uses this technique in the classroom, so also the students can relate the words in English to words in Spanish, for example, by themselves, and they can develop also this mentality. Um, let's say, for example, another another topic. Let's say if I am teaching body parts, I say ojos in English is called eye, like the pain that you say eye. So and then when they say how do you say ojos, and they say eye. So they remember the pain, and stuff like that. So it is very interesting, and they have really they have a lot of fun with that, because some teachers they just introduce the vocabulary, just mention the words, and that's it. And maybe they sing a song, but they don't internalize that. And and I feel, I mean, in my experience, this strategy works really, really well because my students have proven that. I mean, they don't even have to study too much at home, because with the work that I perform in the classroom, it becomes very, very effective for them.
Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your time with us today. Um, Thank you so much again for your contribution to the 5th English Teaching Congress of the Northern Region in Costa Rica. On behalf of this organization committee, we invite you to access to a series of interviews posted in On the Net's YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you.
Onda UNED.
Acortando distancias.